back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. It is officially fall in this house. It may not be outside yet. I know fall is not until September 22nd, but it's fall in here and in my mind and in my reading and in all of the things that matter. You just saw me putting together all my TBR prompts for my TBR jar, and that is going to be my fall TBR, everything that I want to read from now. Today is August 24th through probably like the beginning of November. I'll probably start a new TBR at that point, but this is everything that I want to read by then. I have 21 books here, which is a little ambitious. I don't think that I'll get through all of them, especially because they're all physical and I read those a little bit slower than I do Kindle books. So yes, but with that being said, let's get into my fall TBR, everything that I want to read this season and just all of the good fall vibes. So the first books that I'm going to be talking about are the last 3 books in the Touch of Darkness series. You guys saw me read the first 4 on my channel. I did a whole vlog about it, and I'm going to read the last 3 on this channel. I'm going to do another vlog, and I'm probably going to get to these pretty soon because I've been itching to get back into this series and finish it. I only have the last 2 from Persephone's perspective in physical form, and I have the other one on Kindle, and that is from Hades' perspective, but I only really wanted the physical versions of Persephone's perspective because I just connect with them more, and Hades' perspective is kind of just like additive for me. It's not as fun, but I will be tandem reading A Touch of Malice and his perspective. I can't remember. I think it's A Game of Gods. I'll be tandem reading those too, and then this is the final one, and this one has multiple POVs all in one, so you'll be seeing me read those pretty soon. I'll probably upload the video in like October, but I will start to read these soon. Then the next books that we have, I think this may be a duology, but I also think this may just be like companion novels. I'm not exactly sure. But the first one is The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin, and the second one is Wild as the Witch by Rachel Griffin. And this looks like it's a YA series about witches, and I mean, it's fall, so perfect timing. I don't really know much more than that. I know I've read the summary at some point and it really called to me, so I am excited to read these 2 because it's just the perfect time. And I got really cool editions from my friend. I think they're just like the first editions, but they're beautiful. They both have cool covers like that. So a lot of these are actually, the next 2 books are also special edition versions, I think from Illumicrate, because I bought them for my friend because she was not going to read them. So I have Book of Night by Holly Black. I loved the Spiderwick Chronicles as a kid, and I reread them recently and I still loved them. Obviously they were for a younger audience, but I still love them. So I want to get into Holly Black's works for an older audience. So I've heard that this may not be the one to start with, but I don't really care. I just want to start reading. So this is Book of Night. Look at the sprayed edges, and then we have like stunning everything. So I'm excited to read this soon, and I think this is just a standalone. Then we have a pretty popular book. This is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. And if I like this, I'll probably end up reading the second one on, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if I want to get the physical version, but I'll probably end up reading the second one on Kindle Unlimited because it is on Kindle Unlimited. Look at beautiful spread edges. And I know that there is some romantasy elements in this book. For the most part, I've just heard that it's a really good, like, gothic feeling book. Then these next 2 books have been on my shelf for a really long time, and honestly, if I don't read them this year, I might just DNF, or not DNF, but like give them away because I've literally had them for so long. The first one is Children of Blood and Bone, and I don't know why I haven't picked this up yet. I know a lot of people really like this, and I know the third one just came out, but I just haven't gotten to this series for whatever reason. The first one is Children of Blood and Bone, and I don't know why I haven't picked this up yet. I know a lot of people really like this, and I know the third one just came out. Oh, this one's cool too on the front. But yeah, I've just been savoring these in a weird way, and I am really excited to get get into this now. I've been like kind of hyping it up in my head, and I'm excited to get this series. I've heard mixed things. I know some people really love this and some people really don't. So we'll see what I think. I'll probably include it in a reading vlog at some point. Then the next one is The Firekeeper's Daughter, which same deal. I don't know why I haven't picked this up. I think part of it is because it's YA. It's kind of throwing me off, but that's weird because I love YA, so I don't actually know why that would be the case. But I don't know much about this one either. I just want to get it off my shelf, and for some reason I just feel like this is a good time. And then I've talked about this before, especially in a few videos, honestly, so I won't stay on this too long, but I do want to finish Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, the whole series. I am missing one book, but I need to read Map of Days, which is the 4th book, and then The Conference of the Birds, which is the 5th book, and then there's a 6th book, which I don't have, and I need to pick that up, but that's the last one, and I want to finish it. And then I also have Tales of the Peculiar, which is kind of like a novella, I believe, that's supposed to be between like the first, or no, it's supposed to be before all of the books. I might hop into this before I read the rest of them. I don't know if that's going to give me any spoilers though for the rest of the series, but I think it might just help me get back into that world because the next one is pretty large. This is probably almost 400 pages. Yeah, it's more than 400. It's 480 pages, so that's a little intimidating to me. I like my page lengths right now to be around 300. I feel like that's a good length for me, but a lot of these are longer than that. So, and I have a manga series which I really want to start this year. This is The Girl from the Other Side, and it looks just like an interesting story. I want to read the whole series, and I actually just saw Chloe from Books with Chloe Bunny. I can't get used to Chloe Bunny because she was Books with Chloe for so long, but she just recently read this and she really loved it, so I feel like I'm gonna really love it. Basically, the synopsis is: in a faraway land there are 2 kingdoms, the outside where twisted beasts roamed that could curse with a touch, and the inside where humans lived in safety and peace. This kind of feels like ACOTAR. Anyway, the girl and the beast should never have met, but when they do, a quiet fairy tale begins. This is the story of 2 people, one human, one inhuman, who linger in the hazy twilight that separates day from night, and that's just so intriguing. I definitely picked it up for the art style, but I do want to start this. I think it'll be a little bit closer to the end of fall because I know I'm going to want to buy the rest of these, and I don't want to buy books for another few months. So we'll see if I get to this or not. I don't really want to buy anything till like next year. But if I'm really itching to read this, then maybe I will do it and just pull the trigger on buying the other books in the series. Then I don't know how I haven't read this yet, but we have The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I have a feeling that I am going to love this. I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. I can't stress that enough. I feel like I have been doing the thing where I savor it and I don't want to read it yet, but I have heard so much about this and I know people really love this, and I feel like it's right up my alley. So just a dark academia gothic tale, and I love that everyone compares this to being a modern classic because I love approachable classic literature, so I'm very excited about this. Then we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which I feel like is a little bit different than all of them. Not really that different from A Touch of Darkness, but this is definitely on the spicier side. This is a monster romance, and I've heard so much about it on TikTok, and I actually don't know that I will like this, but I don't know because I have been liking books recently that are a little bit spicier, and I have been itching to read an Ali Hazelwood, another one, because I've read one. I read Love on the Brain, and so I am curious as to like if I'm gonna like this. I know it's very different from her other works, but we'll see. Then we have another just like amazingly floppy book. This is Labyrinth of the Spirits, which I actually have not seen anywhere on the internet before. This sounds so interesting to me. I don't know if this is actually a paranormal themed book. It's set in 1938 during the Spanish Civil War, which I really like books from that time period for some reason and in that setting. I don't know why. I love just books that are set in Spain. There's something about them that really makes it come to life. Basically, it says, navigating the dark labyrinths of Barcelona, she is aided by the Sempre, I don't know what the name is, family, as well as the unforgivable Furman, ultimately confronting the hideous missing pieces of the puzzle. So I don't really know what this is about, which is kind of on trend. But I have a feeling I could like this. I also have a feeling that it could be really boring. So we shall see. Then, speaking of finishing series, this is the third series I think that I've said that I'm going to finish. Slash start, because I haven't started this. I want to read all of Ink Heart. So there's Ink Heart, Ink Spell, and Ink Death, and they're all different versions of books. I have a hardcover, a paperback, and then this is a hardcover with a jacket. So all very different. But I picked them up from the used bookstore down the street, and I love this movie so much. So I'm just really excited to go into this world and just have a great old time. Then we have The Glutton, which I actually watched a video recently on the top weirdest books that someone has read. I forgot her name, but I really liked her videos recently. She's really goofy. But this is The Glutton, like I said, and it's basically about a man who has like an insatiable hunger, and I think he goes to like an asylum or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I just loved this cover. I need to pull all of these stickers off, but I feel like they're going to ruin the covers. Excited for this one. Probably gonna get to this actually before a lot of these, because it is shorter and it looks like it could be pretty fast-paced. So this is set in 1798 in France. It has something to do with Versailles. I love Versailles, and yeah, I don't know, this just seems very interesting. And the last book, which is, I feel like this may be more of like a skimming book more than like a sit down and read book, but this is History and Lore of Monsters, and I picked this up at the used bookstore. It's very old, like very old and damaged. I just want to see what it's about. This was printed in 1968, so it's a good amount of years old. And it basically covers like all of the mythical monsters that we hear about, and it gives apparently like real examples of them being seen. So it's accounts of them being seen and what they are essentially, and their origins of where we first see them. So I'm interested to read this. I don't know if this will be a very compelling read, but it is something that I want to get to around this time and just do a deep dive into monsters. That concludes everything I want to read in the fall time. Like I said, it's pretty ambitious, but I really would like to get through a good majority of these so I can pass them on to other people if I don't love them, or put them on my love and completed shelf if I did love them, and just to start working on my other physical books. I have so many. I'm trying not to overconsume at this point, and I'm also just like on a personal book buying ban because I would like to clear some shelves out before I buy more things. So that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll stick around to see me reading all of these and the fun fall videos that I have coming up. I have a lot of things that we're gonna go over, so I'm really excited, and just excited to make like seasonal content because I haven't really consistently filmed during the holiday season before, so I am excited to share. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.